Hello everybody, in today's video I'm going to be drawing a comic book cover for my original superhero Comet. Since I already made multiple videos talking about Noah Aldrich and his alter ego Comet, I thought it would be fitting to talk about his world and the setting behind his story. Keep in mind that I'm still patching up holes in the world building, so the setting is not 100% complete, but it's at a point where I'm comfortable introducing it and building off of it. I hope you guys enjoy, and without further ado, let's get straight into the painting.
You gotta say I love you back.
Dad, are you serious?
I wanna hear it.
You wanna hear me
I
say
love
it?
you, Dad.
Dad, I love you.
That's a copy.
When radioactive asteroids from deep space crashed into Earth, creating the global event known as the cosmic landslide, the natural world was transformed into an inhospitable mass that forced humanity to the brink. After wiping out the majority of the human race, the ones left behind created a space station as a last resort to escape the ever-spreading cosmic radiation. Now based on the moon, Chroma, the remaining humans known as the Remnants were in a constant search for another planet. After years of searching, the mission came to a close. Seeing as they had nowhere to go, they expanded off the moon's surface to accommodate the future generations. After years of innovation and trials of tribulation, the Remnants created Chromatopia. Within this metropolis, they created embassies according to the different countries that were left from the cosmic landslide. The embassies of Chromatopia include the United States, Italy, Japan, Mexico, India, Africa, and the United Kingdom. As the population was small and the embassies were smaller, the Remnants created a joint government known as the Lunar Council through a declaration known as the Charter. The Charter is a collective agreement that embassies sign to form a truce and alliance under the Lunar Council, which oversees, prevents discourse, and advises the leaders of the embassies, also known as the Chancellors. They are the people that make sure Chromatopia is running smoothly and the embassies have what they need. While the Chancellors govern their embassies, the Lunar Council makes sure that oxygen production is continuously improved, water supply does not run short, and they maintain other lunar affairs that keep Chromatopia running. In order to preserve history and generational stories, the Charter came to an agreement to create a virtual space that records history and reflects Earth and its many cultures, so that future generations don't lose where they came from and present generations don't forget who they were. This virtual space is known as New Earth. To maintain consistency and faith with history of old Earth, historians were employed to design the timeline for New Earth. These historians came to be known as the architects, as they were the main front line in directing how Earth looked, along with archaeologists, biologists, and oceanologists. As a way to bring New Earth to Chromatopia, the Lunar Council created a community museum that housed New Earth. Seeing the intrigue, joy, and money that New Earth brought in, the architects sought permission to create realities that reflected global mythologies and alternate timelines. After careful consideration, the Lunar Council and Charter consented to the creation of new virtual spaces. With this new technology advancing and blooming, the architects were able to expand off the history of Earth and create new stories for people to witness. They started creating predictions and design how they believed the future would look like. With this vast knowledge in creating virtual realities, the architects sought to create a livable, breathable, and habitable space known as Matera. The goal of Matera is to create a digital replica of Earth that people can live, grow, and expand in. In order to test these new spaces, architects hired people who supported this project to be the first to step inside Matera. This group of people were called the Pioneers. This group consisted of 20 couples. The architects received consent to copy their genetic code in order to create a generation of descendants within Matera. When the Pioneers stepped into Matera, the architects combined the couple's genetic code and created the first descendants within a digital space. As the architects saw that creating new life within digital reality is possible, they sought to expand the world of Matera to accommodate the new descendants. The architects created cybernetic brain implants that increased their brain's cognitive processing power and fused their minds with Matera and the New Earth. This was possible by connecting the brain implants into the computer that was used to create and code the digital realities. With this, they were instantly able to create new spaces within Matera by mirroring the New Earth. Not only this, but they were able to mirror life from New Earth into Matera, bringing in animals, actual photosynthesis, and oceans. They went further and brought the mythologies and alternate timelines they built from New Earth to create a world that best suited their vision. The possibilities were endless and the architects grew curious. They wondered if they were able to create a complete life form that is not a descendant but a human created by the architect. After years of development, they were actually able to create a replica inside the world of Matera. She was known as Eve, but the architects sought something more. They sought to bring Eve into the real world of Chroma. Within the process of creating an android host for Eve to live in, Chroma began to shake. The architects were confused as to how a moon could have an earthquake. The shaking persisted and crumbled the foundation beneath the computer room. A violent tempest blew and ripped the roof off the Matera Institute. What seemed like an asteroid of terrible size, made of blazing fire that shined with the colors of the rainbow, came charging down over the Institute. The asteroid collided with the computer in a wide array of color. This collision scattered the Matera coding, manifesting it into a physical dimension, an alternate reality. The cataclysm birthed a raging storm that fused the eternal flames with an elemental windstorm that changed the natural landscape, creating anomalies in its destruction. The architects' bodies were vaporized and turned into dust that flew into the raging storm and fused with the eternal flames, anchoring their souls in an eternal torment. The destruction of the Matera Institute, known as the Tempest, created frequency anomalies with the natural elements of the world. Because of the collision between elemental and natural frequencies with eternal fire, humans that are exposed to the Tempest receive supernatural phenomena in their biology. I'm sure that some parts of that last segment might have been a bit confusing, so I'll answer some questions you might have about the world building of Chroma.
I liked your joke.
Really?
I mean, it wasn't funny. That's why I laughed. But it was smart, so I liked it.
I don't think I've seen you before.
What is the cosmic landslide? The cosmic landslide is a global apocalyptic event. When the asteroids from deep space came onto Earth, they leaked radiation that poisoned the water supply and plant life. Because of this, the radiation was able to spread through rivers and pollination. Due to this radiation, the land started transforming and the pollen from the plants grew thick with radiation and started filling the air, making the air, land, and water toxic. At the time, the humans that inhabited Earth were already building space stations for prolonged missions. They were able to transform the station into a temporary living space for the remaining remnants to live in. What exactly is the Charter? When the embassies were established, they signed a document that formed a truce between nations to prevent wars and discourse. This document, known as the Charter, serves as a type of checks and balancing system that distributes government power among the different embassies to prevent any single house from becoming too powerful and to promote a balance of authority. The Charter unites every embassy. Because of this, when referring to all embassies, the word Charter is also used.
My room!
What exactly is New Earth? New Earth is an augmented reality museum, very similar to those art museums that use projections. In the case of Chroma, New Earth is a collection of rooms showcasing the different aspects of Earth. It's an immersive experience aiming at representing Earth as an identical twin. When the architects started branching off the history of Earth and started creating new spaces for mythologies and alternate timelines, these spaces were also coined under the term New Earth. To provide clarity between the different spaces, however, they would coin them as New Earth Greek mythology or New Earth Land of Tomorrow.
Spider-Man?
Oh, hey, didn't see you there.
Okay, I'm kind of freaking out right now. I mean, you're supposed to be dead.
Surprise!
What is Matera and how does it differ from New Earth? Matera is a virtual reality that is built to be lived in. Think of it as a very complex life simulation game where you're playing as yourself and it's in VR. The difference between normal VR and Matera is that you get a brain implant that translates your brain activity into the main computer where Matera is coded. You get placed under a sleep-like state and are transported into Matera, similar to a dream. These brain implants are different from the cybernetic prosthetics that the architects have. When the architects built Matera, it was considerably smaller and in an alpha stage compared to New Earth.
Alright, you ready?
Of course I'm not ready! How can you do this yet?
Everybody knows that the best way to learn is under intense life-threatening pressure.
What happened when the architects fused Matera and New Earth with their mind? When the architects put the cybernetic enhancements in their own brain, it connected them to the motherboard that housed the coding used for both projects, New Earth and Matera. When this happened, they were able to import the coding from New Earth and expand the world of Matera very quickly. Connected to the new Earth coding, they were able to input data from the mythologies and future timelines to create a world that best suited their vision of a better, more fantastical tomorrow. Because they are connected to the motherboard, they are able to control and manage Matera with a simple thought, becoming something like gods of their own world. Seeing as they could expand the world so much, they wanted to make it come alive with people.
Hey guys,
Wanda?
it's Gwen, actually.
Oh, you know her. Very cool.
I'm from another dimension. I mean, another dimension.
What is the difference between pioneers and the descendants? The pioneers are the first people to step into Matera. Think of them as the beta testers for the new life simulator game. When the architects linked the pioneer's brain into Matera, they were able to translate their genetic coding into an object code. Because of this, they were able to combine the different genetic coding and create a new code, a child between the two pioneers. Because the coding of the descendants is from two humans, the personality and visual traits are adopted from those two pioneers. Moreover, the descendants are classified as a new race of people because they are half digital and half human.
Oh yeah, I got one of these too. There's a little shed where I keep my spider gear.
What is Eve? After seeing the possibility of creating a descendant, they wanted to see if they could create a new life form under their image, completely separate from the object code of the pioneers. When they were finally able to create a finished product that had the learning capacity of a human, they put her out into the world of Matera. After watching her observe her landscape, they noticed that her learning programming was not being utilized to the fullest because being a digital program, she is able to see clearly that her surroundings are nothing more than coding. To further progress Eve, they started designing an android host that Eve could live in order for her to live and learn in the real world.
So walk up to her and be like, hey.
No. Like, hey.
Hey.
No. Hey.
Hey.
You sure you my nephew, man?
What is the Tempest and what did it do? The Tempest is the event where a celestial ball of fire came crashing down onto the Matera Institute. Because this ball of fire was completely saturated with the power of creation, when it hit the computer room, it materialized Matera into a physical and alternate dimension. The descendants and animals were all transformed into living creatures that live, eat, and breathe like any normal living creature would. Within the anchor world of Chroma, the ball of eternal fire reacted with the environment, animating it into an eternal storm where the different elements clashed. This storm is called the Tempest. Because the ball of fire was a celestial entity, the divine energy that charged it created anomalies with the natural elements, frequencies, and energy fields. Because of this, people who are exposed to the Tempest absorb these anomalies into their body and experience supernatural phenomena in their biology.
See you around, Spider-Man.
I hope that clears up some confusion for you guys. I will be making more videos branching off and building on the topics brought on this video, so if you have any more questions about the world, definitely let me know in the comments so I can answer them. I am still creating the world and some things might change. I do believe though that I am at a very solid place with the world, and if I were to change anything, it would be pretty minor and only benefit the story's presentation. Enjoyed today's illustration. It was actually a lot more fun to paint than I thought it would be. I also hope you enjoyed that sneak peek into the world of Chroma and got you excited to see more. I'm definitely so excited to continue bringing you guys more content and characters from this world, so if that interests you, consider subscribing and ringing the bell so that you get notified when the new Chroma video drops. If you did like this video, then leave a like and comment your favorite part about Chroma. As always, have a blessed day and I will see you all in the next video.